Alright guys, if you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate you hanging out with me and talking with me. So, Pricey Custom Crawlers. Full disclosure guys, this is not a sponsored ad. They did not send me these. I paid full price for these. And they were built to this rig. So, I was super excited to get them. Several guys I know speak very highly of them. It gets very good reviews on the internet. I have heard some reviews the other way, but you can't please everybody, and not every part's going to work best for every rig. Some people's setup just needs something a little bit different, I would imagine. So, but for me, let's talk about how they worked for me. So, this was my first set of internal spring shocks. I never jumped on the Desert Lizard train. I stuck with my coilovers like a true RC enthusiast. And after getting my butt whooped a few times, I realized I had to start doing some things different. That the technology is just advancing. The equipment that is out there that's available is advancing. And if you don't keep up, you better step on out. So we're trying to keep up with the guys around here, so I decided to get these Pricey Customs and give them a shot. Like I said, this was my first experience with internal spring shocks. So when I first started driving this rig, I was like, whoa, it drives way different. A lot different than I'm used to. And as I got used to how it was driving, and I started noticing the subtle changes that occurred from switching over to these shocks. And I just started really liking these shocks. So one of the things I noticed that really appealed to me was when you get in a bind sometimes or on an angle, and let's do it this way. Let's say this wheel wants to drop down. So with coilovers, it's pushing that down. So your weight of all that brass up here is further down. With the Priceys, they want to stay more tucked up. So that helps get your front end to go down and get up over things a little bit easier. It was a lot of little subtle things like that that I started to notice that I really started liking about these shocks. So the way he set them up compared to my stock has got, and I mounted them in the exact same locations as my stock shocks were set up. And these have my rear end sitting a lot lower, which I've always run a lot stiffer in the rear to keep the front end planted when crawling up a hill. And I think because of the Axial SCX10 Pro platform, the transmission and everything has it so grounded and center of gravity as it is that you don't need all that lift in the rear to keep the front end pushed down. And having it sitting a lot lower like this, and the front end's a little bit lower too, the whole rig just seemed more planted to the rocks in any situation. My side hilling improved, my climbing ability improved. There was you seen in the video, that last clip at the end, the only thing keeping me from getting over the top of that rock was the tires. It just couldn't find the grip, but everything else was keeping me planted almost vertical, at least a 70-degree angle, 65, 70-degree angle on that rock face, trying to get up it, bouncing it even. So the rig is definitely staying more planted. I love that. One of the other great things that I loved about it is that you see right here, there's no spring on the outside to get caught up on your tires. So I was able to set my endpoints a little bit tighter, so it gives me just a little bit more turning radius. And in comp crawling, a degree more of turning radius is the world. So super pleased with that. Super pleased with the Pricey Custom shocks overall. When I ordered them, the pink weren't available, and then a week or so later, a few days later, maybe a week, he released the pinks, and I hit him up and was like, hey, is it too late? And it wasn't. I was able to get the pinks. So thank you, Steve, for that, for changing that order for me after the fact. And I just couldn't be more pleased with how it changed my rig in positive ways. I'm looking forward to Crawlerpalooza with this thing. I think we're going to go up there and kick some serious butt. We got the jitters out of it last year with my other rig. Was just so in awe of the magnitude of the amount of people out there in the event itself that it was hard to focus on just the rocks. This year we're going back in domination mindset, so super pleased with how these turned out. Like I said, guys, they did not send me these. I paid full price for these, but what Steve did do is Steve stepped up for the hot spring scale crawlers for 2025. And this here is a voucher that he sent along with my shocks. So this will go on the prize table for 2025, and we'll have Pricey Custom Crawlers on all our gear for next year. And we're happy to have him. So somebody next year will win this voucher, and you'll be able to turn that in and have a custom set of shocks built for whatever rig you want it built for. So we're excited about that. We're happy to bring on Steve. Thank you, Steve, for that. And if you want to take your rig to the next level, if you are just looking for that little bit more performance, check out Pricey Custom Crawlers. They were $86 shipped from Australia. You can't beat that for the amount of performance that it's given me and the amount of confidence in my rig that it's given me. So hit up Pricey Custom Crawlers. I'll leave all the links in the description below. Thank you, Steve, for hooking me up, and thank you guys for watching the video. And hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.